Hey, what's up guys? It's me, MelodicLemons here, back again with another Sonic the Hedgehog video. Now before I jump right in, I'd just like to apologize for my crappy upload schedule for main reviews. I've been really busy this year with online school and all sorts of things. Now that I got that out of the way, it's time that I talk about one of my favorite games of all time with a special guest, Phoenix17. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below. Go subscribe to him. I'm going to be talking about Sonic Colors for the Nintendo Wii. The year is 2010. The Wii is a really popular console, selling about 26 million units as of March that same year. At this point, everyone and their grandma had a Wii. Around the 2000s, Sega made a deal with Nintendo, which resulted in their games to be playable on Nintendo consoles, including some being exclusive to Nintendo consoles. Some games that came out of this deal were the Sonic Advance and Rush games on Game Boy Advance and DS, the Storybook series of games on Wii, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and of course, Sonic Colors. Released for Nintendo Wii and DS consoles on November 11th, 2010. Sonic Colors released 2 years after the first Sonic game to feature 3D gameplay, along with the boost feature which debuted in Sonic Rush, which allowed you to zoom at high speeds with the press of a button. That's pretty cool. And both in itself created a new gameplay style, known as the boost gameplay style seen in Unleashed, Generations and Forces, and of course, Colors. This game's control scheme is not hard to get used to at all, and offers a variety of options for different control methods, such as the Wiimote on its side, or you can play with the Wiimote connected to the nunchuck. But if you're not feeling like using gimmick-ridden controllers, you can connect either a GameCube controller or a Wii Classic controller. Sonic's moveset in this game is friendly to beginners, and for the Wiimote plus nunchuck combo, it consists of using the A button to jump, B button to boost, and jump and dash while in the air, and the Z button to slide and stomp with A. And that's it really, but the button mapping may vary for each controller that you use for this game. Sonic Colors is a 2.5D game, meaning some parts are 3D and some parts are 2D. And from what I've played and seen of Unleashed, the level design is very different than Unleashed. Some may argue that this game's level design is similar to that of a Mario game, and honestly I agree, but it's still really fun. Scattered through each level are enemies, spikes, springs, dash panels, switches, and more. But the game's main selling point, the entire gimmick of Sonic Colors, are the alien creatures known as Wisps.
Wisps are an alien race that come from a planet called Planet Wisp. Wisps can be found on many other places and future Sonic games which feature them. But, all these Wisps can all be used as power-ups, which can all be used for a short amount of time. Wisp comes in varying colors, and they all have cute designs too. The first Wisp I'm going to be talking about is the White Wisp, which is the same species that Yacker is from. The White Wisp functions as fuel for Sonic Boost, similar to the rings in Sonic Unleashed. The Cyan Wisp activates the Cyan Laser, which gives the ability to turn Sonic into a crazy fast laser. Next up is the Drill Wisp, which is pretty self-explanatory. Sonic activates the Yellow Drill, and which turns him into a drill that can dig underground and even underwater, and when pressing B, you can go even faster. After this is the Blue Wisp. The Blue Wisp activates the Blue Cube power, which by shaking the Wii Remote, can turn these blue rings into cubes. The Orange Wisp power is the Orange Rocket, which basically functions as a rocket. That's pretty self-explanatory. This color power is used especially during the Asteroid Coaster Starlight Carnival boss fights, as Sonic can use them during the 2D sections to rack up some damage and make the fights last less long. Similar to the laser, the Wisp in green can turn Sonic into a hovercraft, and it gives him the ability to hover, obviously, and use a move that's very similar to the Lightspeed Dash from the previous Sonic games. Here, you can just spin to a trail of rings by holding down the B button. The Pink Wisp activates the Pink Spike Wisp, which turns Sonic into a spiky ball which he can spin dash with, which allows him to roll up in walls and cling to them, and jump off of them too if he would like. The Pink Spike Ball spin dash is pretty fast too, so it's a bit crazy to control. The last Wisp in the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed at least is the Purple Frenzy Wisp, which turns Sonic into a berserk monster that eats everything in its path to get larger and larger and larger. Each of these Wisps in Sonic Colors have something to offer, but there's even more as the series goes on, and it seems to me that Sega will just never let these little aliens die.
Sonic Colors soundtrack is amazing, being composed by Tomoya Otani. It seriously has to be one of the best in the series, and I love how they managed to keep each song fresh by remixing it for every new act, similar to what they did in Sonic 3. The two vocal themes are also sung by Cash Cash, Reach for the Stars and Speak With Your Heart. One thing that was pointed out about Speak With Your Heart is that as the song goes on, it becomes less vocoded, symbolizing how Tails, Miles, Electric started to translate the alien's language better. And honestly, I think that's a pretty good theory. Sonic Colors level design is a mix of 2D and 3D, as I stated before. And although it's mostly 2D, I still think the controls flow well with the level design. It's very fun to just speed through each of the levels. Each of the hub worlds in this game are representing each of the levels, and they bear a striking resemblance to the hub worlds in the new Super Mario Bros. Series. In each of the levels, 5 red star rings appear throughout them, and I gotta say, it feels super satisfying collecting them now that I've actually gotten to do it. I haven't been a fucking lazy idiot. And it's not very tedious either. You can use these red star rings to unlock levels in Game Land, and Game Land is an extra mode where you can play extra Sonic Colors levels in a blocky-like format, and co-op too. Upon playing this, the first thing I notice is the level design in a lot of these levels is similar to Sonic 1's level design, and the music is 8-bit remixes of Colors' original levels. I'll talk more about what happens when you beat these levels later, but for now, let's talk about the many different locations in Sonic Colors. One thing Sonic Colors is praised for a lot is its aesthetically pleasing art style. All of these locations have something beautiful to offer, and none of them fail to disappoint. A huge example of this is Planet Wisp, a grassy field with mechanical areas. If it weren't for the aesthetics and amazing atmosphere, I would not have loved this level as much as I did. This level has a certain feeling to it, a feeling of freedom. In fact, all the other levels make me feel a certain way, but it's mostly this one. Tropical Resort and Aquarium Park 2. Tropical Resort is a giant amusement park-like level, and it just screams nostalgia and fun. Sweet Mountain is a cool level with an emphasis on food. It's very tasty looking. Starlight Carnival is just the embodiment. Wow, this has got to be the most beautiful looking level in the game. It's just pure eye candy. Planet Wisps is, as I mentioned before, a level that reeks of freedom, and I think that we need more levels like it. Nope, not you. The next level is Aquarium Park, which is definitely my favorite water Sonic level. The level design can really dip in quality here and there, but it's still super fun, and the music accompanying it is glorious. It's also very good looking, and to me resembles Dragon Road with more emphasis on the water aspect. Also, Sonic can actually technically swim now, which is just hilarious to me. Our last 6-act level is Asteroid Coaster, which is self-explanatory. You're on a roller coaster in space, which I think is a crazy concept, but it works. Once again, the aesthetics are great here too, and it's pretty fun. It's a shame that there's no actual asteroid coaster in real life. It would be amazing to have a Sonic theme park with this level. Matter of fact, I wish there was a theme park based off this game. Last but not least, we have Terminal Velocity, the final level in Sonic Colors. It consists of nothing more than automated levels, but it's still pretty fun. Same with the boss fight too. Oh, speaking of boss fights, it's time to bring up the biggest flaw in this game, at least in my opinion. The boss fights are extremely piss easy, and they're rehashed too. This sucks considering boss fights are some of my favorite parts about a video game, and to see them be not done so well in this game is a huge bummer. However, Starlight Carnival and Asteroid Coaster's boss fights are really fun, and as I said before, you can use Wisps to make them go by faster. The final boss in this game is also pretty easy, but I love it because it's cinematic and still pretty fun to kick Eggman's ass. Sonic Colors' ranking system is entirely point-based, which means it doesn't mostly depend on how quick you can beat a level, but how much things you do during the level. Using Wisps and quick stepping are an easy way to rack up points fast, as do collecting red star rings. Now earlier I talked about red starlings in Gameland, so now you must be wondering, hey, what does beating all the levels in Gameland and collecting all the red starlings unlock? Well, my friend, they unlock Supersonic. This is a big thing because it's the first time you could be able to play as Supersonic in mainline games' actual levels. While in previous 2000s era Sonic games, you could only play as him in the final boss, sadly. Playing this game in Supersonic mode allows for Sonic to be invincible, have an infinite amount of boost energy, and there's no longer any need for Wisps as they are completely removed in these levels, for better or for worse in your opinion honestly. The double jump is also completely removed as Sonic now jumps as high as the double jump without having to press A twice. Now that we've talked about everything related to Sonic Colors gameplay, I think it's time we finally talk about its story and writing. For those of you that don't know, this is the first Sonic game to be written by Ken Pontac and Warren Brev. In the 2000s, Sonic games were written by Shiro Maekawa, and most people outside of the ignorant critics would argue that this change was unnecessary. And honestly, I agree. Although I find these cutscenes entertaining, same with Lost World, they're not what I want in a Sonic game. I think games like Unleashed and Heroes kinda got the whole mix between serious action and lighthearted comedy right, while Colors has more of the latter. There's barely any stakes besides Tails getting mind controlled or thrown into an elevator, and all the Wisps going crazy because Eggman enslaved them. But enough about that, let's get on to the actual story. Dr. Eggman has finished creating his own interstellar amusement park, which he claims to have made to make up for his past evil deeds. Our hero Sonic and his best friend Tails visit the park before it officially opens to see what's up. Because anybody that knows Eggman would understand that there's something super fishy going on. They run into Eggman's lackeys, Orbot and Cubot, chasing around Wisps. Upon saving them, Sonic meets Yacker, who Tails builds a translator in his Miles electric device for, which messes up the words because it's funny. Totally. Once Tails gets the thing working, we find out that Eggman is actually trying to harness the Wisps' energy, which is called the Hyper Go-On. Eggman has set up a bunch of generators in the locations that Sonic visits throughout the game, and Sonic has to shut them down. Later on, Sonic finds out what Eggman is really harnessing these aliens' power for. He's turning them into Nega-Wisps and using them to power his mind control cannon. The first instance we see of him using this is on Tails, but it wears off really quickly. This cannon starts to malfunction and begin exploding along with the amusement park, which results in Sonic and Tails leaving to stop Eggman once more. Sonic then sees that Eggman is using the negative energy to create a new robot machine, and Sonic pushes Tails into the elevator like a good friend, and the final boss fight, the Nega-Wisp armor, begins. This boss fight is actually really easy. All you have to do is just avoid the combined Nega-Wisp attacks and the homing attacks on each part of his body. Using all the Wisps to activate the final color blaster, Eggman is successfully defeated. After this, Eggman's fuck-up of a machine creates a giant black hole which eats up everything in the amusement park. But fortunately for Sonic, he's able to outrun it. The Wisps help Sonic after he dies for the second time in the series, using their energy, and he meets up with Tails again. Just like when Tails himself gets the Miles Electric up and running again, Yacker and the rest of the Wisps say goodbye to Sonic and Tails, thus ending Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors is my second favorite game of all time, and my favorite Sonic the Hedgehog game. This game means so much more to me than you could ever imagine, no matter what the people or critics say. The fun gameplay combined with the amazing soundtrack and atmosphere makes for a great video game, and some of the most fun I've ever had. Sonic Colors Ultimate is releasing soon and it's starting to look great. Although I may not get it as soon as it comes out, I will always appreciate the original game. Thank you Sega for making such a great game. I know it sounds like I'm being over dramatic here, but I really love this game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and sorry that it's been so long since an actual review. I've been busy with life and haven't been really keeping up with YouTube as I said before. But I promise you more is on the way soon. Go subscribe to VMX17, he makes great Sonic content and streams and is all around a fun and pretty chill guy. I'll leave a link to his Twitter and YouTube in the description. It was an honor having him on this video, even if it was for a little while. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care!